And I'm recording. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 21 of the Relaxed Guardians podcast. Not live. We have to pre-record this one just due to technical difficulties. I'm your host, Agnikai, joined as always by Sebs. How you doing, Sebs?
Very well. Fellow listeners, is out in the back ass of beyond of Australia. I am literally out in the middle of fucking nowhere in the fields of Pilbara, basically getting red dirt because I'm supervising a job out here, and I have to sit there for 7 days, possibly 8 now, because they haven't done much work, and just watch people work, which is kind of alright, kind of shit, all in the fucking same role,
Oh, you're getting paid to do it.
I am.
Yes.
And it's Easter. I'm working over Easter as well.
Oh, really? Actually, someone live.
Double bubble.
Mm. Yeah.
But do you know that you've just taken over the intro? I like how you've just done all the intros, like from like 4 episodes now, where we used to take it in turns. You just take it.
Really?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
You can do it better. You can do it if you want.
No, you do it better, mate. You do it better. I was going to point out, I was like, you just do you, mate. You just do you.
I will absolutely just do me. You can just accept it. I'm just going to quickly, I know that's taking up the screen. I'm sorry. Yeah, so obviously you're working over in Western Australia for this week. I didn't post the Mylan thing. I kind of missed the window for when it would be funny. So I just left it, and like, it is what it is. Maybe we'll catch up with those guys another time and see if we can spark some funnies. Maybe bring it up as a little memory that we know that they don't, but it's all future fun.
I was thinking when you were gonna do it, and then obviously nothing happened. Then I was like, oh wow, and then it fizzled out. Then that's the issue.
It was that little window, and like I should have got it up before that episode, but I just oh well.
Just what it is, man. It's just what it is. I can see you got a good old selection of Coke bottles.
Yeah,
and Coke cans.
I've kind of built myself a little
shrine, like
a shrine. I've been smashed with uni so late, and I'm just like we had a confirmed case in Brisbane this week for COVID, and my campus is in Brisbane, so it was like the day before my classes was when it was confirmed. So it was a whole day of, do we have classes? Don't we have classes? And like the day of, I was supposed to have a morning class, and they cancelled it at the last second. And then I still had a Zoom class at 11:30. So I've just been stressing. And then they're like, you still have to hand in some assessment, but we're going to postpone it a week because of COVID, and you still need to be filming. So it's like, but you have to start your next assessment straight after, which is a different group. So I've just been like, going crazy with research and everything.
Because we sent a guy up there, one of our guys, one of our service guys, and he got to site not realizing that what happened in Brizzy. He got quarantined on a site. I got phoned up. They turn around and go, I got phoned up my boss, and I was like, oh, what happened to Brizzy? He goes, it's all made up, man. It's all made up. It's all lies. And then yesterday, they got 12 new cases.
Yeah. Fucking Byron, so Brisbane got locked down, and then South Gold Coast, I'm North Gold Coast, so I'm like right in the middle of this. South Gold Coast got a bunch of confirmed, I got a confirmed case of a guy who's a moonlight stripper who had bounced between like Byron to Southport on the Gold Coast, and he's been going around to fucking hens nights and shit doing stripping, and he tested positive. So Gold Coast might potentially go into a lockdown in the next couple of days. We'll see what happens.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's been a week, but if we keep on top of it, we will persevere. We can do 3 days. Melbourne did 3 months. We can do it.
Well, look. The UK has just hammered their vaccinations, and they're on top of it. Finally on top of it, which is fucking great.
Yeah. I just noticed the air fresheners in your aircon unit.
I don't know, man. Like, look, I'll look. Let me. Just seal it. Right, here we go. All right, this is the room. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bed. Table. Bed. Wall. Door. Fridge.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. Oh, I got another door there. That's the toilet. That's it. That's all I got. I can literally just touch the wall if
Oh
I
my
want to,
god.
and that's my room.
What's that above your bed? Is that a handrail?
That's an air conditioner.
No, no, no. Behind you on the wall.
No, it's a light that doesn't work.
Oh.
There's a light here. There's a light here that would be great because it'd be shooting me in the face and it's not letting me go dark. Doesn't work as well. Doesn't work.
Of course not.
The fire alarm. The fire alarm just randomly went off last night. Just randomly in the middle of the fucking night. Just going. I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. All right.
Yeah.
So, look, I can't pick up the twab, so the twab is all up to you. Go for gold.
There was nothing in the twab besides the fact that they released the stasis update, that which we kind of went over last week, but I want to talk more about it this week because we had actually time to play it. And they spoke about the matchmaking change that they made to Iron Banner. Initially, it was fully Iron Banner, and then they reverted it back to freelance. And what the change was they called it schoolyard picking, where they're balancing teams differently now, where it'd be they're trying to split it so like the highest skilled player gets picked first, and like the second and third ranked go on the other team, and then fourth and fifth go, and then 6 and 7 go. Yeah, and sort of trying to balance out the teams that way.
Instead of it going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're like.
It was originally it was 1 and then 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 on the initial team. So the best player in the lobby would have a horrible team, and the other team would be quite balanced, and they would the balanced team would just mercy rule instantly, basically, because like everyone else is just worse than them in the other team.
Yeah,
it wasn't really working in Iron Banner because people go in with teams. It's Iron Banner. But they put it in freelance, working really, really well in freelance. They're still getting mercied, but they're getting mercied because they're getting beaten fairly. So it's like, can't really complain about that.
Look, you will get people complaining about this, obviously. But it's the right direction.
Yeah.
Other than skill matchmaking, I suppose, but it's the right direction. It's at least they're doing something to try and fucking rectify this. You are just going to get fucking wiped the floor up. Yeah. Because obviously next season and the season after, they're thinking about bringing freelance trials.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're going to need that.
Yeah.
To be able to, otherwise you're just going to get it's just going to get completely fucking wiped. You know?
Yeah. That's it. So yeah, it's good that they're testing it. It's good that they recognize how quickly normal Iron Banner wasn't working with the teams and just dialed it back. People were struggling to get actually into a match. You know how you get that 12 Guardians connected and then it would go to a black screen and disband again. It's that was the problem. So they you got gummy bears touching. So they rectified that. The main thing with Crucible this week, we had the stasis update last week, but we've actually got to play it now. What do you think? Are you feeling all right with it?
Look, I got turned off with the stasis for after the initial Warlock fucking nerf. I got turned off at it. Mm-hmm. So I haven't played stasis for about 2 or 3 months now, and I've gone back to Arc.
Okay.
Look, people complaining about it. They're always going to complain about it. Stasis is this, stasis is this. Stasis needs to be taken out of the game. Guys, stasis is not fucking leaving the game. It's going to get worse. When next year when corruption comes in or whatever the next one is, it's going to get fucking worse.
Yeah.
So get used to what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yes, all right. You get killed by stasis. You get killed by a fucking thing. You get slowed down now, which is fucking great. So instead of the shurikens, you get slowed down.
It's good.
People are complaining about it.
Slowed is at a weird spot because it's constantly you're nerfing the stronger thing initially was Dusk Fields, pulling you in and you're getting stuck, you couldn't get out, so you're frozen. And now people are recognizing how powerful slowed is because when you get slowed, your accuracy just goes mollywopped and you can't use abilities or anything like that. Slowed's eventually going to get nerfed where it'll lose some of its utility and then it'll be kind of more in line. What I'm worried about is they just keep bumping stasis down and they never fully work on the light subclasses coming up as well. So they just constantly focus on stasis and they never have development time to work on the other side.
Look, they have to bring them up. They have to bring the light subclasses up to stage because it's just not. it's just not like it's not right as such. You know, it's a thing that they need to start fucking doing, and they think they have been talking about doing it. They want to do the same. You know, the same. The same structure like the dark classes. They want to
Yeah.
bring that into the light
Yeah.
classes, and I think it needs it. It needs it. It needs the revamp as such. But whether that is going to be this season, next season, or Witch Queen season, we don't know.
Mm.
There's no time. There's no set in stone time of when this thing is gonna come into play. You know.
I think Witch Queen has to be it. And part of the delay was potentially getting those classes in line. I hope. I can't say it has to be. I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping it is Witch Queen because, and that's fine if that's what the delay was. Like, as long as it's like.
If it's not though,
Yeah.
it'll get stale and then it'll
Yeah.
maybe get brushed under the carpet. They need to hit it now while the iron's hot. As is stasis, as we're so happy with stasis. Well, some people are fucking happy with stasis.
Yeah,
What's
but
that?
the people that are complaining are never going to stop complaining. You know, it's like
Yeah, but
I was complaining so much about it. I fucking hated it. I hated going up against Titans, and I'm a hunter, and I hated going up against hunters. Unless a player knows how to use a behemoth Titan now, I am destroying them. I can shotgun melee them without even fucking trying. Team shooting is not necessary anymore. Hunters, their supers have never been amazing for stasis, but their neutral game is still pretty good, but it's beatable.
Yeah.
I'm seeing more warlocks than I have, especially this week with Iron Banner. I saw a lot of warlocks. Not on stasis so much. It was like a mix of Chaos Reach and stasis. But Warlock stasis isn't as powerful as I was thinking initially was. Like, we all saw the tracking video of the darts going up and around and coming back and freezing them. I still wasn't worried about it. They're not like behemoth level armor, so I'm not like running away from a wall of just ice chasing me. Like, I can still kill them in time if I'm lucky, but if they get me with the super, they got me with the super. Like, what do you want from me? You know?
It's a super. Like I
Exactly.
more on the understand it. A super's there to kill you. That's
Yeah.
It should be an instant kill. It should not be, oh, I'm gonna damage you a little bit and then I'm gonna. It requires. It's a super for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like they were complaining that the Dawn Blade, if you hit them but not hit them correctly, it will just take you right down and it won't kill you.
Yeah.
So it'll take 2 Dawn Blades.
Yeah.
And that's trash, you know?
Yeah.
Like things like super, as its name is, should fucking kill you one hit. Bang, you fucking out.
I don't see people fucking complaining when I one hit him with a golden gun shot. Like, and I can shoot that across the fucking map and kill you.
Exactly. And then they've got the new one where every kill will give you an extra fucking bullet.
Yeah.
So
I got like 10 bullets total, you know?
Yeah, it's you can get maximum of 12, isn't it? But it depends on obviously how fast they refresh.
Yeah.
But like people don't complain about that because it was in the game at the beginning. So they've gone, well, it was a part of the game. Like Chaos Reach, when Chaos Reach first brought out, oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
When fucking the arc staff thing got brought up.
Oh yeah, the spinning. Yeah.
Like people complain about that fucking shit as well. Like fuck, whatever you do, whatever Bungie does, people are gonna fucking complain about it. Without fail, people are gonna complain about. They could give you the best season. They could give you the best season ever, and people go, "Well, it's actually not as good as D1." That's my gripe. It's not as good as D1.
It's a horrible fucking nostalgia that you can never break. But we were just talking to Dan actually on before the podcast, and he's like, "I need you guys to come and play Destiny 1 with me again," because he played it like 2 days ago, and he's like, "I just didn't know what to do. Like, I got on and I couldn't pull up my map. I didn't know where to go. I don't know where my quests are. I don't know who I'm meant to talk to and all that stuff." I'm like, yeah, I know. We ended that game on a quest tab that was like a book in your inventory. It wasn't it wasn't like bring up the whole destinations and it's all there. Like, it was so bare bones. There was sprint cooldown. There was no mantle. There was no melee charge. It was awful. Like Destiny 1 didn't end in a very good spot. It was going in a good direction, and then Destiny 2 came out and it was like, why are we back to the vanilla Destiny 1 problems? And that's kind of been a long road back to where we are now.
But it's also like what came up the other day, and I was a part of the thread and I answered a few questions. It was like, Venus is not coming back because of VOG. And I'm like, Venus was never said he was going to come back. So why? But I liked Venus. Why did you like Venus?
Why?
Oh, because it had Vogue in there. And I'm like, but you want the whole D1 destination back just because of a raid?
Hmm.
There's Vogue. The start of Vogue was you go through a fucking you open the thing and then you go through into a portal and then you're in Vogue.
Hmm.
So that just we can just put the fucking portal somewhere fucking else.
Yeah.
And then but this thread went on fucking 150.
Yeah.
I liked Venus though. I liked
No,
Venus.
you
Venus was my
didn't.
best.
No, you
Venus was my best destination because one guy turned around and goes, I liked Venus because I could sit outside of Vogue, the 5 portals that you have to stand on, and help people get into Vogue. Not
Yeah.
go into Vogue himself. He could just help people get into Vogue.
I was saying this last night, actually. I was playing a Battlegrounds and I landed on Europa, and it sort of dawned on me that Battlegrounds aren't a instance that appear in a patrol. So like people who are on patrol who are on Europa can't just accidentally start be in a Battlegrounds with you. And I was like, they should really bring that back. Like you still have to activate Battlegrounds from the strike menu, and then you can go into the rest of the encounter. But imagine if you could have that intro part of Battlegrounds where it's like you got to kill the waves and then destroy the nodes with the balls. Be like 10 sec, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes faster because you got 12 fucking guardians clearing that for you. Like just
Well, you're only ever allowed 9 in an instant
9,
anyway.
yeah. But yeah, like you know.
But it'd just be an escalation protocol, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that's like, well, it'd be closer to the intro to Vogue. Like you don't have to make the difficulty like require 9 people like escalation protocol was. It'd be like just a funny instance where you can like happen chance into, and then you can watch those 3 guys go off and do the rest of the battlegrounds, and you can go on with your patrol, just like people used to with Vogue.
But people will be like, well, it's you just copying on escalation protocol. Like, why are you bringing redundant D2 stuff back?
Oh.
Like, I
know. I get your point, but the only similarities would be you're fucking shooting enemies. I can see where the complaints would be coming from. Absolutely, from your point, like absolutely, people will find something to complain about.
Oh, it's fucking savage. Like,
yeah.
All right, let me point something out to you guys. You do not need to pay for shit for this fucking game. Stop. Look, I've got a fucking gripe. All right, let me. Hopefully, I can find this fucking thing now. I sent this to all the guys. It come up on my Facebook, and so I sent it to everybody regarding this about recoveries. All right, Dead Man's Tale recovery off this one fucking site, $45 American. Right. $45. Dead Man's Catalyst, $39.
Fuck's sake.
Extraordinary Rendition, Godroll, $89. 89 fucking bucks.
Where do you get that from? Is that
it's just a fucking one from the bloody Helm thing.
Oh,
Far Future, another one from the Helm, I would imagine. Energy Sniper Rifle, obtain a Godroll, $89. Igneous Hammer, only $29. Godroll, Igneous Hammer, Imperial Needle, $89.
$89 for an Imperial Needle.
Yeah,
that's a trash bow.
Godroll though, mate. Godroll
bow. Okay. What is
Exo
a
challenge
bow?
All right, who needs to pay for an Exo challenge? Exo challenge. Use LFG, guys. Come on.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna have to edit this. Kay's about to come through the door. So, hold that thought. Never mind. She's just gonna park out there.
Exo challenge, which is very easy to LFG, $4.99. Why?
I don't.
Why you? It goes on. Oh, then I found another one. It's Flawless, $28. Yeah. Dead Man's Tale, $99. Well, $99.99.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, light level boost, $1 per level. What the fuck?
Why?
Like, guys,
just go and play.
Take this name down. Sevs58, Agnakai God, add us on PSN. We have a Discord. It will be in the fucking thing. Add
Mhm.
us. I will help you.
Mm.
Please do not give money to these fucking carry guys because it's just fucking poison.
Mhm.
Please don't fucking spend $99 on Eyes of Tomorrow. Just don't. I'll run you through a fucking raid. It doesn't fucking matter. Add me. Get on our Discord. We will take you through. Do not spend
Absolutely.
money on this fucking
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Holy shit!
Never
And
do
they
that.
and they are very very good websites as well. They have the old fucking. Do you need help? And I'm like, because I go into it now, they've all popped up, and I have to cross them as relevant. Do you need help? We have, and then they went through all the spiel of we have all these fucking gamers, blah 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 blah
Mm.
blah. I was like, come the
Mm.
fuck on,
We will
come the
partner you
fuck.
with your ideal gaming partner.
Well, that was the issue. See, that was the issue. So what they would do is they'd get your name because they wouldn't put you with their thing. They'd get your password and all that sort of stuff, and then they'll run you through. But then they get you as a scam. They change your name and your password, and then you're gone.
Yeah, you
That's
lose
the
your
end of your
account and
fucking.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, you lose your account. So please don't do it because it's a fucking waste of money. Don't do it because it's a fucking scam.
Yeah.
And it's fucking everywhere.
Yeah. It's gonna get
Um,
screwed.
have you played the Proving Grounds?
Yes. So I think last week I said that I was still doing the challenging proving catch up. Got caught up all this week and I got I saw all the cutscenes, like the import cutscene of Zavala in the garden, and then he gets saved by Crow, and then I did the strike, and I saw the cutscene that you spoke about where Kayadal does the gilded knife, and
Yeah.
Crow reveals himself. Awesome, awesome cutscene, awesome strike. That guy who comes out at the end of the strike and it's like a fucking heavy metal show, and he like flies out and floats in the air, and the rocks come down and destroy you, and the fire pillars. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I have one gripe.
Go.
Why the fuck do the Scions need to develop a bullet that traps the ghost when we saw Cade's ghost Sundance get blown to bits and then he died 3 seconds later?
By a paracausal bullet, though.
Yeah, but by hit, was that what killed Sundance?
Yeah, it was a paracausal bullet, yeah.
And the
It's
Scions
the
can't
only.
create something paracausal? Like, they can create
Nope.
other dimensions.
But they can't. The paracausal bullet was made, and I can't remember what the law was. It was a paracausal bullet, and that's what destroyed the ghost completely. It doesn't really take into consideration because Sagira has been destroyed, so I don't know how fragile these ghosts are.
Yeah.
But the light bullet that trapped Zavala's ghost was from the cage that went around the traveler.
Yeah, it's like
And
a miniature version, yeah.
yeah.
But then,
So look, I don't know if if A and B got
but
they're a
then
little
you got,
bit.
and I know we haven't spoken about it yet, but there's a Dead Man's Tale about, sorry, the mission where the Guardian that's on the Glycon. His whole story is, and I'm going to spoil it here, I'm sorry, but his whole story is at the end he kills his own ghost.
Yes.
But he doesn't have a paracausal gun, he's got the Dead Man's Tale. And the only paracausal gun that we know of is Hawkmoon.
But is he a paracausal entity?
Yeah, I guess. But does that make that a
Does
paracausal bullet?
I don't know. I don't know. It got.
This is the problem. It just doesn't link up.
Yeah, because
We need to get Buff on the phone.
I know, but what I remember of the law that I read is it got given to him by one of the barons, and then the sniper killed Cade's ghost.
One of the barons is what killed Cade's ghost. Remember
the sniper killed Cade's ghost, but he got given the bullet by somebody else to kill Cade's ghost.
Was it a Drifter? Did Drifter create the paracausal bullet and then they got it somehow?
I don't know. I'll have to look. We'll find out by next week. I
should have done more research. I was too busy with my other research.
But it doesn't add up. The things don't tie in because are we paracausal because we are paracausal? So all our bullets are paracausal.
Yeah.
Can we kill those ghosts?
I know the idea of our legendary weapons is supposed to be that we imbue our light into the weapon, and that's why they do more damage as we get stronger.
Yeah.
And then you have Hawkmoon where it doesn't work unless you're a guardian. Oh fucking hell! It's all
He's a bit of a tangled mess. He is because I don't think everything is adding up at the end.
Yeah.
But hey, But what I found out, what I think, when Keitel picks the Scion up and just slams him on the ground,
Mhm.
look at his eye.
Oh,
Because, yeah, the eye dims.
Hmm.
And I thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Such a fucking cool little thing.
He
And
didn't
then,
die there though. You know how after that you go to the helm and you listen to like the interrupted transmissions.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kyoto's. Oh, well, after that one, you go listen to the transmission. Kyoto's like on the radio talking about. She names the two scions, the one that ran away and the one that she captured.
yeah.
And she's like, the one that she captured stood his ground and faced his death. And then you hear a gunshot and she like shoots him off screen.
Right, because if you have a look at the scene, his eye dims.
Yeah,
So he's either unconscious or I thought he was dead. It would have been better if he was dead.
yeah,
To be honest.
it would have been cool.
But did you see in the strike where the tank tracks are moving?
Yeah,
And like the tank is like stationary outside,
yeah,
but then you
it's
jump across the
weird.
tank track.
I did. Yeah, I did. I had a bit of. I've done it once, and I've done a bit of like running around. That one time, I was being an idiot. And like I was with a couple of blueberries and I was a fucking annoyance. Like, you know how you gotta get the orb and then jump back across the tracks? I kept picking
Yeah.
up the orb and then missing the jump and landing on the track and getting shot out the back.
Because it's such a good thought though. If the thing wasn't stationary on Nessus, as you jump in, I could turn around and think, wow, this is such a good fucking strike. This is such a good strike. Because I don't mind the strike. It's actually a really good strike for a new strike. And it's the Nightfall. It's the GM Nightfall. It's the Nightfall this week. There's a glitch point, guys.
It's hard.
No, there's a glitch point. There's a glitch point there that you can kill the final boss at a glitch point.
Yeah,
so you can just turn around and find out.
You jump up on the bit above you, like where you spawn into the room. There's like a platform above him. Yeah, it's not 100% though. You can, so it's like, because it's not like a wall behind you. It's just like a bridge almost, or a beam. So you can like get so far back and then crouch down, and then you can't get hit. But you got to be careful not to go far back, otherwise you fall. So it's not perfect. But yeah, it can
it's
work.
something we could do though.
Yeah,
but like, because obviously I've done GM last week. But Shawnee, shout out to Shawnee. What like that guy has been watching the vids and he knows his fucking shit now. It's fucking great.
Smashing.
Yeah, he's already done it. I think he's done his I think he's up to his he's done all the different classes on the Conqueror seal.
Oh,
and I think he's up. I think he's done 3 now, and he needs obviously the other 3.
Yeah.
But I found a great little one in Shadowkeep. You know, the Red Tower. So once you get up there, like I saw it where the guy jumped behind the gate and just threw grenades for an hour.
Yeah.
But if you jump behind there, jump up, you can stand on top of the gate, and then you can just super the fuckers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can just fucking launch your supers down there.
Wow.
And then what they found out as well is if you use in the Nightfall, you run out of ammo. You just stay there, don't worry about it, let you think, and your ammo, whatever's ammo is down on the floor, will come back.
Yep.
So you can just fucking chaos reach the guy, Nova bomb the guy, whatever you fancy doing. Get in a nice distance and just fucking launch them. And they can't even touch you, but you can hit them though.
Yep.
I'll have to show you. It's fucking awesome.
I absolutely show me. I'm so close. I think I'm 1321 now. I did a couple of pinnacles. I'm so close. I'm like running through and doing all the other challenges for the previous weeks to get experience, to get the artifact levels as well. I'm trying to hit 1325 so fast.
But you got the raid obviously this week, this weekend as well, haven't you?
Yeah, that's another thing. We didn't raid last weekend. We didn't do trials, but trials was really popular. A few of our clanmates got a messenger with Desperado. They're loving it.
Yeah.
Guys that don't play trials, like Vinny and Rob, went and played trials on their own. They didn't grab us or anything. They're like, oh, we got 3. Let's fuck it. Let's go.
Because they found out the end of game thing where you just jump off the thing. Give it a go, guys.
They got to 3 wins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because on their third win, because a bunch of people were jumping off the fucking map, so they won 2 games, and the third one they jumped off. Yeah.
But it's going to be to get the seal though, or get the thing, you have to have 7 wins. You have to go flawless.
7 rounds. So 7 rounds
7
total.
rounds.
Yeah, not games.
I read as 7 flawless. I was like, wow, that's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. Yeah. That's going to be everybody in fucking trials.
I think it still will be for this weekend. I know it's been the loot that's been getting us in there, but like, imagine if they just put 5 win season for this week. And,
Well, it's going back. It's going back around, isn't it? So they'll be. The Messenger was this week, so I would imagine it's Temptation's Hook
oh yeah,
next
it would
week.
be, and people wanted that.
Uh,
That was
yeah,
only
because it's
that was
a
only
solar.
Force. So people want that. Yeah,
it's one of the only. I think it's one of the only solar swords.
yeah,
Isn't it?
probably that isn't sunsetted.
No, that
Lost Lament.
Lament.
Yeah.
Lost Lament, but it's an exotic.
Yeah.
So, but look, go for it, guys. Like you don't want us to tell you to fucking go for doing the trials because it's a nightmare. Don't get me wrong, but if you want to jump off the edge of a cliff, jump off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah,
it points out to Bungie. It points out to Bungie there's something up and needs to be fixed. If they get just people get in the gun, jump off the cliff, have a laugh, run around. We were in there the other day and we had Cat's Clan in there, and Seiko actually stopped, emoted for a hug, and he got a hug off Cat's Clan, and then they wiped the floor with us. Like the hug emote. And then I was dead. Seiko was at the edge of a cliff, and then they were bouncing up, and then Seiko was like, "All right, see you later." Bang, off
jumps
the edge
off.
Of the cliff. They fucking wrecked us. They absolutely fucking wiped the floor with us.
Oh man,
Cat's Clan, fucking what are they? Guardian Friends or whatever.
Yeah, they got the trident symbol in their clan tag.
Big shout out to Cat. He's fucking great. They are such a fucking good, a good fucking team.
Oh, they're so good, all of them. Oh my god.
Yeah,
wow.
They're hard. If you see, what we should do is if you ever see anybody with a trident, teabag the fuckers.
No, we're not doing that because they're gonna come for us. They know where we podcast. They're coming.
I just put it down. I'd love to have like a speech bubble. This is all for Lex Guardian's podcast.
Yeah. Cats would just come fucking swinging because everyone will go after him to get him on us.
You fucking wreck us, man, without a fucking doubt. Not a fucking chance. All right. Let's do this. Let me point out, guys, this is the second script that Agnica has ever written for this podcast. I've done all the rest.
It's not an hour long. We've still got an hour to go.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we haven't been going for half an hour.
Yeah, but I got questions. I got questions at the end of. I got questions that we got given and stuff like that. And this we can push this up.
Okay. So before we have to again disclose, we don't know a ton of information about this timeline that we're up to. This point in the timeline that we're up to. This is still quite vague. So I'm embellishing the story a little bit here. I'm still drawing from the actual lore, and the things that happen are canonical. But I'm sort of making the story up. Like, we know that he does this thing, but we don't know like what the actual event played out like. So I'm sort of filling it in for you. Anyway, let's start. Currently, the Cabal is an empire led by Kayatl, daughter of Callus. Their planet has been destroyed, and she leads her people across the universe, chasing down her exiled father and searching for a way to stop the darkness that destroyed her home. Before her rule reigned Callus, as far as we know, the first emperor of the Cabal. Before his reign, the Cabal were a form of a republic led by a senate that possibly coexisted with some sort of imperium that Callus belonged to. So, before Callus was in power, the Cabal take a lot of inspiration, game design-wise, from Rome. So they were a republic, and then Callus is kind of like the Caesar that came along and became the single ruler once again. He was like royalty, and then he wanted more power, and he wanted to be the one. There was no, I have to lead, but I have to get these people's permission. It's like, my decision is law.
Their homeworld was destroyed by the Hive as well, yeah?
Yeah, so yeah, their homeworld, when we say the darkness destroyed them, we're learning more and more now that the darkness destroying them is the Hive showed up and fucking wiped them. That seems to be the recurring trope. And possibly what happened with our collapse, we could have encountered the Hive at that time as well. We don't fully know that. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's all up in the air.
But it's like you said, it is very Rome orientated. Like everything, all the people of the emperor, after Rome, and all the way the
Yeah,
Senate ran after Rome and Greece and all that sort of stuff.
yeah, and even
Greece,
like the way we name, well, they named the
Italy.
Cabal legionaries, like, you know, legionaries, gladiators. They
Mm.
had an arena and all of that. Um, yeah, and I'll keep going. It is not known when or how Callus gained full control over the Senate and created the Cabal Empire, but we do know what his first act as emperor was. Callus led a legion of workers out into the desert and ordered them to clean the sands, leaving them speckless and pearly white. The workers did as commanded, sifting through grains of sand, removing any dirt, rock, or trash that may lay. They worked tirelessly with strong winds kicking up the fine sand, whipping at their flesh, slowly stripping it away. If blood fell onto the sand, the workers would have to clean it. If a body fell onto the sand, they would have to clear it. At last, the desert was pearly white and glorious, so Callus ordered his next task. Rebuild my golden court on this white desert. Change is upon us. So essentially, at some point, Callus came into power. He won the people and he disbanded the Senate. Well, he became the sole leader of the Senate. Rather than
Yeah.
having to answer to them, they answered to him. So he wanted to enact a change onto his planet. He wanted to create a clean slate and start from a pure slate, essentially. That's why he said, go out, clean this land. It was like a way of saying, clean our history of this place. Or this place of our history, I should say. Make it pearly white and brand new, and we can start over. And then for the second act, he wants them to rebuild his golden courts, rebuild this palace where he can talk to his senate, his subjects and everything, and lead from this brand new place rather than where he already was. And then he said, change is upon us, because again, it was turning from a republic into an empire, kind of Star Wars-esque. This evil leader, well, not evil, but emperor rising up out of the ranks, is slowly taking over and changing.
So is this before? This is way before the exile, isn't it? The way he goes and meets.
Way before. This is before Kayadal.
Okay.
This is before Gaul is born.
Right. Okay.
What
I'm pitching this golden thing is, if you guys would picture the Leviathan, if you did the Leviathan, something similar, I would imagine is very similar to that.
Take that architecture as inspiration. The pillar. I'm going to describe it here, but like the pillars and the large rooms and the purple carpet and everything. Like the long columns of people standing. Kind of what he wanted to rebuild.
Yeah.
The workers again began their task, building great golden pillars as the exterior framework. Inside, a vast hall with many seats and a long corridor with purple carpet leading up to a throne sitting high above the rest, so the emperor may look down on his subjects. Callus's court was complete, and his inauguration was planned. So inauguration, we kind of have that with presidents and prime ministers, it's like their starting day. His first act was to have the consult kneel before him at his throne. We've seen the consult before. The consult is a character that was leading Gaul, and he's the one that adopted him and raised him. He was high in the Republic Senate, and he was kind of like almost a leader, not quite, but he was like, kind of keeping order in the court.
We saw him in the Red War. I would imagine Gaul was the guy in white. He was the guy in the gunmetal grey.
He was the one that had like the face,
Yeah.
So he was there at the change of Callus's power reign. Yeah, so Callus has singled him out because he was like sort of the original leader, and he wanted to make change and make him as an example. So he had the consult kneel before him on his throne. Callus's voice boomed through the hall. Consult, you served a leadership that would send our people into ruin. Your weakness would have doomed the Cabal. As Emperor, I cannot allow such weakness to spread. I banish you from the Cabal. Leave us forever and never return. Before the consul could rise and leave the room, Callus signaled his royal guards to descend. Oh man, excuse me. Callus signaled the royal guards to detain the consult, while Callus castrated him. Callus stared deep into the consult's eyes as pain began to take over them.
Oh no, is that why your voice went really high? Because you're like, ooh.
Yeah, look.
I'm getting castrated. Oh, it was reminding me when I had my one ball.
When I lost that piece of yeah, so
a piece of gristle.
He's had his royal guards pin him down, and he's stacked the consult in his pair, and he's grabbed hold of his bits, and he's looked deep into the consult's eyes, and he said, "Your weakness ends with you." The consult's cries could be heard throughout the new empire. So essentially, castrates the consult, banishes him, and he's like, "Your line ends with you. You are the end of this weakness, this way of life. Leave, never return." A little bit of a spoiler: we know the consult returns because he is with Gaul. It's for future time.
But you obviously mentioned castration. So do you reckon they have the old sausage and fucking 2 meatballs?
They have some sort of genital.
Genitals, you mean?
They have genitals in some fashion, whatever it is. I'm picturing fucking bait and tackle, you know.
Dragon.
Maybe it's like a turtle and it's like a sword.
maybe it could be like, you know. As what I'm trying to do, guys, is I'm pointing at the camera and making. Because obviously it could be just be out on Skype. It could just be me. Just
yeah. It could be like a Barbie's. Anyway.
It could be like a pig.
So Callus is sort of, excuse me. Callus is using this guy as an example to the rest of the Senate, and like showing the change in the way his leadership is going to be now. It's no longer we debate and we talk and we talk and we debate and nothing happens. It's I make action. I take action.
One of the people I read about, like history, what they used to do is obviously they had a Senate, like similar, and so they would debate of the point and make a decision, and then they'd all get drunk, and then debate the point again, drunk, because that's at 2 different stages of the human psyche. One is stone cold sober, one completely fucking drunk. If they connect, it would then progress through. Would progress then through. And I thought that was pretty fucking cool. But it's similar to that. What I'm thinking of though, he had his inauguration after the thing was built, after the temple was built. So he had enough power to turn and tell people to clean a desert.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he had his inauguration afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. So that kind of points to like where his standing was in the Republic Empire kind of collaboration. You know, we know just sort of like the way that he was able to do these things, that he had some sort of power before this, you know, and that's sort of his sway into imperial leadership.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't know fully how well or how easily it was for him to come along and go, I'm now the emperor. But with his actions going forward from here, he shows that he has quite persuasive capabilities and is quite a very fancy talker. And he knows how to turn the people to do his bidding.
It's just the fact that if you got to look at Kyatal now, because obviously she's a main part of this, she is a doer. She is a person that's all honor, all this and all that sort of stuff. Where Callus doesn't seem like the doer. Like if you even go back to Rome, you get Caesar.
Yeah,
there's a stage where Caesar got kidnapped by pirates, and then he beguiled the pirates to up his ransom. Then he talked him out because he was such a good talker. Talked him out, and they set him free. He fucked off. He came back with an army and killed all the pirates.
Oh wow!
Wow! Yeah, Like the way Caesar is implied is one he
Mm.
could fight, one
Yeah.
he was a great fucking general,
Yeah.
and obviously one he could talk. He had a silver tongue as such as a thing. It just doesn't seem how there's got to be something else that obviously Callus did
Mm.
because I can't see him as a fighter. I've never seen him as a
Yeah.
fighter. He's
I
always
can't picture it either. I think it was like a silver tongue type deal
yeah,
because
yeah,
I mean, besides the castration, he never gets his hands dirty. You know, he's always behind the scenes. We've never even fully faced him properly. Like we've seen a
no,
robotic form of him on the Leviathan, and then with the Dead Man's Tale lore, again, someone's only seen him, but he looks like he's on a floating chair and he's got tubes keeping him
yeah.
alive. You know, he's very weak.
So what's like if you go into the Dead Man Tale stuff, well, we will do it.
Mm.
Don't worry. Like it may not. It might be at the end. Or we may go through
Mm.
at the end of this season. Okay,
Yeah.
get everybody else. So you know the purple jelly
Hmm.
stuff.
Hmm.
That's the stuff that's keeping him alive.
Yeah.
The
At
Dead
this.
Man's Tale. At this point, the Dead Man's Tale, the guardian at the Dead Man's Tale, went into the Glycon with Callus.
Hmm.
And so what was happening in the Glycon is the darkness was changing all the corridors around and stuff like that. So the Guardian was dying of starvation. But that means Callus is obviously gone because he was in the Glycon as well, in
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah. It's the Glycon. The Glycon's in a weird spot right now. It's sort of
Yeah,
they communed with the darkness again, and the Glycon was pulled into an ascendant realm, and then Callus has disappeared into that ascendant realm, and then the
yeah,
Glycon and the Guardian has come back to our realm, but it's not quite right, and so that's why it's doing the
yeah,
changing and the shifting, and the Guardian can't escape, and
yeah,
so it drove him mad. But yeah, what's important is that Callus is just disappeared at that point. So right
yeah,
now we don't know where Callus is.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
just gone, and that's what Kyaddle's current problem is that she went.
Mm.
We found this ship. He should be on this ship. Where the fuck is he?
He's Yeah, because even in like even if you go down to the Leviathan raid, if obviously
Hmm.
people listen to this, the raid was, I think, I would class as, is it the number one D2 raid?
Yes.
Yep. And so when you face Callus, you don't actually face Callus, you face a robotic version of Callus.
Yes.
So as what Agnes said, he doesn't get his hands dirty. He just gets a robot to shoot you from fucking up on a pillar.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something, whether it's something else, whether it's the Silver Tongue, whether it's he was already a part of the big high-ranking family,
Yeah.
and it was just his natural thing was to take over
As
as
Emperor.
such, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a he's a sneaky, smart,
sneaky
and
bastard.
quite sinister character, and like that even plays into later with the Scions, how he managed to sway the Scions to come over. I only go to
Yeah, no,
very limited. I don't even go into when he does his shadows for this week because the shadows are such a big story as well. So
yep,
we're kind
you
of
don't
coming
have
to
to.
the end of my
Don't have to.
bit.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fine.
but I'll keep going here and then sort Callus. I love it. All right. After the consul's banishment, he set to work separating people from the Senate, sowing doubt into the people's mind, allowing him to enact his next phase. First, he moved the capital to Torobottle to move closer to his people. Whilst doing this, Callus once stated, "My court is not in my palace, but in the public commons where I can look down on my people." Essentially, he's like, I don't want to be up there. I want to be here with you. I want to be able to hear you, and that's kind of his trickstery ways. He's like, I'm all about the people, but the Senate likes to stay in my palace and they like to stay distant from you. Trying to wedge between them, between the people and the Senate.
Yeah,
Next, Callus had his royal guards round up all the members of the Senate and march them to the edge of the city. There, the people under Callus's rule waited to purge the distant rulers of the past. Callus stood tall as he addressed his subordinates. My people, these ghosts of former glory are mere remnants of a regime since past. Their motives are not of your well-being, but merely to protect themselves from any harm. That will work no longer. Take up your arms and show them how protected they truly are. The citizens cheered and raised their weapons into the air. They turned and one by one hacked, slashed, stabbed, purged the remnants of old, and left nothing but blood on the pearly white sand. Callus now had full control, full power, and his eyes turned to the stars. So essentially, now Callus is just wiped out the Senate, and he is it. He is the power.
It's a schism, isn't it? It's a schism. So he just wiped the fucking. Nobody's in his way now. He just killed them all.
There are
all right.
There are like references to other royal families try and challenge him in this time period, but we don't get names or details. But essentially, from what we can tell by him still being in power, they lost, he won, and it was more of like it was a long series of like challenges and purges and constant wipeout.
Because what's the Night of the 50 Knives or something like that? Is that something to do with Kyatal taking over?
The Midnight Coup.
Isn't it? There's the Midnight Coup, and then there's another one with the 50 Knives or something like that. Or am I thinking of a proper history?
Sure.
I actually thinking proper. I'm actually thinking non-Destiny history.
You might be thinking of an actual assassination that happened.
No, yeah, there was one where they killed 500 people in one night at enough exactly the same time. I'll have to look it up. It's fucking pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds.
So he's killed everybody. Mm-hmm. He's got into power, and then because he's not like you said though. See what Destiny does very well is they give you the bare bones, and so then we get to make these bare bones up ourselves.
Yep.
But then they don't give you any information to flesh out these bare bones unless there is a season of it, like the Deep Stone Crypt. We didn't know shit all about the season of the Crypt, Deep Stone Crypt, and then because we're there now, we get everything within the Deep Stone Crypt, Banshee and Clovis Bray and stuff. Like that. Oh, okay.
The thing is that this season we're not really getting anything more about Callus in his past. We're getting a lot of Kyatal and Scions really actually are kind of really coming to their own, and we're really learning that they are maybe they got swindled into the Cabal, maybe because they were promised not to be slaves but to be free and just work under Callus. But now we're kind of learning that the Scions have quite a powerful foresight or future sight, and maybe they took the deal because they saw something well into their future that would lead to their total rule.
Okay, because Callus made a thing, and this is going into the shadows, and I don't particularly want to go into this. So they will be a part of Callus's army, but free within that army through another issue. And I won't go into it.
Yeah.
But do you reckon they more with it if they have got foresight, or do you think they would prefer to be under Callus, as in Kyatal is a little bit harder to deal with than Callus? Callus is all like, eat this pie. You eat this pie, you'll be fine. Just get fat, mate. Get fat. Like, do you think they would rather, and that's why they kind of...
It's so hard to say. I think they're like... I don't think they prefer to be either under. I think I think they've seen a path, and they know that they got to get through Callus, and they got to get through Kyatal, and then they can get down this path, and eventually they can get to the future that they want. But with the way we work and the way we've dealt with Vex simulation timelines before as well, I think they've hit a snag with Guardians, and so now they're panicking, and that's what this recent cutscene was, with those Scions making a bold play to take out Zavala. Twice, actually. I think they're panicking, and I think they're trying to get Kyatal to get out of this agreement that she's trying to make, because they can control her, because they don't perceive her as paracausal, so they can see her path in a future they can control.
Or do you reckon they've been given some other information off another person that's coming out next season?
Possibly. It could absolutely be leading to another party as controlling the Scion or feeding the Scions information, but I'm thinking just off the information that we know now.
Yeah. Because it would end up tying stuff together, wouldn't it? If Savathun just turns out that she's already she's into the Scions psyche and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about psyches a lot today.
Well, it's relevant. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think yeah, with
it's
Callus's rise through power though, from now, like you said, he goes they go universal and they start recruiting off of other
mm.
planets and everything, which we'll get to. I'll probably do one in 2 weeks' time because we'll do your whirlwind next week.
Oh yeah, Fallen
That's
Whirlwind.
yeah, and then we'll come back to this one and the introduction of Gull, because Gull is like right around the corner of this now. Like the timeline kind of
Yeah,
skips
it's weird.
a bit here.
It's weird how the Elixir, the Fallen, as we touched on last week,
Hmm.
is right at the beginning of this fucking timeline. You've
Yeah.
only got this. I'm holding my finger about an inch away, guys, because
Hmm.
if you don't obviously watch the video, so we've only gotten about this much of the timeline. It starts to get really busy
Yeah,
after the Fall and the Elixir and all that sort of stuff, and the Gal and all that sort of. Then it
Yeah.
goes fucking crazy.
yeah. This is where
So we-
quite. If you had a timeline, it was what we've done so far, like Book of Sorrows and the Hive and everything, is one line down the middle, and then now that we've hit the Whirlwind and the Rise of Callus, it's like two lines have come up on either side of that line, and it's like we've got
Yeah.
the main line where we eventually come into play, and then we've got these other two lines coming down the side that ultimately intersect.
Because you got Gal is soon,
Very soon.
but then you've got so much shit
Mhm.
before even the humans
Mhm.
come into fucking play,
Yeah.
and
Who-
then we go ape shit after that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, we got like Trojan Door and everything. But yeah, when Gull comes in, that's very much leading into the Midnight Coup coming very soon. The the Whirlwind leads into I don't actually know what the Whirlwind leads into.
The Whirlwind leads into obviously the Fallen becoming the Fallen, and then going out and being basically nasty space spiders.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
There is more to it, and we'll obviously go into that and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's pretty fucking cool. No, like there's so much, and then we've obviously got the wars happening, Shin Malphur, and all that sort of good shit that we.
Yeah. We're pretty close to
wanted
the
to-
Traveler hitting Mars and us discovering it.
Mercury.
Yeah.
Didn't he hit Mercury first?
It might have touched Mercury, but we didn't interact with the Traveler until it went to Mars.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so look, guys, stick with us. Stick with us. We are getting there. We've got more guests coming. We've got one of our good mates coming on. We're gonna do what we're gonna hopefully acts nice. But what we're gonna do is at the end of the season, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a breakdown of the season. So he's gonna come on. Maybe it may possibly be a 2-hour show. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But we're going to break down what are the best parts, what we are, and then we're going to break down certain things. So we'll have Dead Man's Tale. We'll have a conversation about Dead Man's Tale. We'll have a conversation about the gun. We'll have a conversation about Kayatl. So we'll break down the whole season in a very condensed show with another guy. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to make it a fucking thing. Wear your sunscreen. He is bald as fuck. All right.
It's shiny as well. It's like
it's very, very shiny. He
incredible.
Buffs it. He buffs it.
Yeah. You know, buffs it.
All right. He buffs it. He buffs it with a buffer. All right. So we got to 1 to 4. Where's my he keeps sending me so much stuff. I don't actually know where any of the questions are.
Bloody Vinny.
I know.
The questionnaire.
So, was it? Keep talking, mate. You just.
He came into my stream the other night, and he has been foreshadowing Seiko's revenge prank for like 2 weeks now. Seiko's enlisted Vinny to do something, and every night he comes in, and he's like, sorry, I'm late, guys. I was working on the prank, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, he's a fucking nightmare, man. He's a fucking nightmare. I found your prank though. I found your prank. I just have to.
For you to do to me. Yeah, I'm excited.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So,
before you go any further, just factor in COVID lockdowns may affect if you do mailing pranks. So just keep that in mind.
I'm not sending you a live animal, mate.
I'm just saying, it took like an extra month for the bag of dicks to reach Seiko. So
I'm sending you a cat in a box. Enjoy yourself.
Prank.
Yeah. So what we decided, guys, is Agnikai sent a bag of dicks. Agnikai then did
edible lollies.
The Myelin. Yes, Agnikai then did the Myelin Games thing, but bitched out and didn't put it on the internet. Yeah, because he's a fucking UFC fighter. He has
Oh,
trained UFC and he has
he'll
trained.
if
He'd
he
wreck me.
knew that you're in Western Australia, he would fold you in half, but like backwards.
I hope not, because I'm actually a really short fat cunt, so I don't want to be folded in half at
Oh,
all.
he'd get like a
All
kneading
right.
dough and just roll you out.
Okay. We. It's not like for Vince. Obviously, most awkward game is
Most
that
awkward
where
game.
your uncle wants to like.
Hide the pickle. Um,
It's when your uncle goes, hide the pickle. Do you wanna
come sit
touch
on my
this?
lap
Touch
and
this?
come sit on Santa's lap and talk about the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
go.
I find that really most awkward game. Look, I find Monster Hunter a very awkward game because of the anime. There's so much
Okay.
anime in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that kind of
Hmm.
like they could have reined that anime in. And by all accounts, Monster Hunter Rise has a lot more anime in.
Yeah, but it's so streamlined. I was listening to it today, and it's like with the way World worked, where it's like you got to track everything down, and if you lose it, you fucking lose it. With Rise, it's like if you hit it, it's on your map. It's got a big X on it. It's like a fucking line to it. Like you'll find it. Everything's so
Okay,
streamlined and easy now. Yeah. Most awkward game for me. Like, I don't know. I don't really
no,
have an
okay.
awkward bone for it.
All right, best gaming setup. Now we got PlayStation 5s. We were lucky
Mhm.
enough to get a PlayStation 5. I
Mhm.
have a monitor that does 120 hertz. It's not the new one where it's like a HMI 2.1 or whatever the
Yeah.
bloody thing is called. So it doesn't go up to 4K. I'm not too sure if it does 1080. I haven't got a freaking clue, to be honest.
I've got a 3 monitor setup, one over here for my console. It's not a HDMI 2.1 either, but it does do the 1080. Um, and does it says it does 120 frames, but like probably not. It's like a year old monitor. And then I got 2 monitors for my streaming setup. So I'm looking at you over here, and then the streaming setup over here. And usually I'm turned like this so I can see it quite nicely.
Well, I was talking to a guy. I think it was Ether from Mega, and He usually plays Destiny on PC, and he's kind of come back to
Okay.
PlayStation 4 to do trials because by all accounts it's quite hard to do trials on a PC because maybe the hacks or maybe just the way they play. I don't fucking know. But he runs at 240 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
You can
he's
max out your
fucking
frames. Yeah.
yeah, he's ramped up. So I'd love to see how well that plays, how fucking quickly you can like swipe and shit.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right. Plants to help reduce toxins.
I've heard aloe
So
vera,
if
but
people, yeah, it's in the garden. So what people don't know is I enjoy plants. So my house is full of plants. Plants are plants, man. They reduce toxins. You can get like I think mother-in-law tongues that reduce all the fucking toxins, all that sort of shit.
okay.
Agnakai's wife, or future wife, I should say,
Coming up.
can't fucking keep a plant alive at all. She kills every fucking one of them.
And the fake ones.
Plastic
Oh.
plants and the fake ones. Did she have that golden cane survive?
Yes, it's still going. We
Oh,
managed to
wow.
keep a cactus alive, like a little like
It's a
seedling
fucking
one.
cactus.
Yeah, no, we don't have
It's
to
a
do
cactus,
shit.
man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
just
amazing.
look at it.
Yeah, it's great.
How to keep your gaming room tidy? Obviously, as you can see, Agnakai cannot keep his gaming room tidy. Because he
Don't
doesn't fucking
stress
clean
about
it.
everything in life and take 10 minutes to clean up your fucking desk after you're done playing.
It's trash, man.
Take
Like in my
all the cups out of your fucking room. Your mother is sick of it.
So if I like I have a desk in work. So when I go to the office, I have a desk in work, and my fucking desk is just full of papers because I keep
Oh,
everything.
really?
And then I write on stuff, and then I got little samples of shit that I picked up on things. And then all the other guys' desks are completely clean. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. If you don't fucking like it, say something. I may fucking clean up. I do a 1 yearly clean
Yeah.
where I go through everything at the end of the year, throw everything in the bin, and away I go. All right. Trade-offs you make so you can trade-offs you make to game when you're married. What you do trade-off wise to keep the wife happy.
Oh, okay. Jesus. besides like general shit, like I obviously do the lawn and I, you know, paint the fucking walls and I fix the shit. Like trade off. I don't even know what would be a trade off. Like I just do things.
Just yeah. Look,
I just
I'm allowed on. I'm allowed on. I made a thing that I'm only allowed on a certain period early, like maybe once, twice, 3 times a week. Everything else, I have to wait until she sleeps. I sleep very little, so I only get about 5 hours of sleep a night, and I can deal with that. So I wait until she goes to bed, and then she buggers off to bed. I play the computer.
Yeah.
That's my trade-off.
And
then I fix everything around the fucking house.
Yeah, we sat down and we were like, before we were doing the podcast, we were doing Freed days, and that's like a 7:30 start, which is quite early for me because I got 2 kids. So we sat down and we're like, okay, Fridays I'll be on early, and like if you want to go out and do whatever fucking any other night, you tell me, and I have the kids and I don't play or stream that night. Like that's the deal. And then obviously Wednesdays kind of camp as well, and that's just sort of added onto the deal. So it's like Wednesdays and Fridays are the nights that I'm doing something, and then those other nights it's like just tell me what you're doing in advance, and I've got the kids.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Like I put our kids sleep really well. So at 7 o'clock, one takes one kid, the other takes the other kid, and they go to bed.
Yeah.
And then I just roll my missus onto the couch. Roll her. She's not fat. She's actually quite slim. But I put her on the couch, make her a cup of tea. She sits there. If fucking RuPaul's on, I'm out. And then I go and play the computer.
Living it.
Or maths. She's into maths. So
yeah.
I bet you're into fucking maths as well.
Look, the only time I've watched maths is when I've gone to the mother-in-law's house and they're like on the couch watching it, and I get like the weekly update from then. You know,
I get my mother in Wales watching the old season. My missus knows the old season, so then she's fucking talking about the old season with my mother.
Yeah.
In Wales, and then she's watching. It's fucking trash, man.
K is the block, and I'll walk out there and I'll be like, "What are you watching tonight?" She's like, "Oh, the block." I'm like, "Yeah, season." She's like, "Oh, this is season 12 this week," and then last week it was like season 3, and she just watches in whatever fucking order she wants.
Well, the block is great. The block is great because it gives you the idea. So what you don't, whoever it listens to anything outside of Australia and possibly America, the block is where they get a house and they deal. It's not Destiny related. They get a house and they build this fucking house and shit, and it's actually pretty fucking cool.
It's not elimination either. It's like 6 teams going, and they like get. It's usually like an apartment. It's like, this is your apartment, this is your apartment, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And they work through and they renovate the entire thing. It's not like you got 3 rooms in and then you got eliminated. Oh well, that apartment then gets finished. It's all the way through.
And then if they sell it, so they sell the apartment, then they make the money off the apartment. So if they sell in the thing is anything over the asking price, so I say $1 million. If it sells for $3 million, they get the $2 million.
Yeah, it's great. It's like they go for like 10 weeks, 12 weeks, something like that, and then it's like at the end of it, fruit of their labors.
It's basically it's a dad show.
It kind of is. She loves it.
The worst thing you do is like they haven't got a bedroom, so they just sleep on the floor until they make a bedroom. Then they go and sleep in the bed.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna fucking sleep on the floor."
Yeah.
I'd hate it. I'd rage so fucking much.
Most of the people on there are like 30, and they wake up after the first day and they're like, "I haven't slept on the floor since I was a teenager. My back's sort of like this." Oh, I couldn't do it. Anyway, next question.
Back to Destiny though. Back to. We doing more. We're doing more. That was up to 10. That was. Let me get things.
Do 2 more and then we can wrap up. Unless you have questions about Destiny.
No. Well, I could think of something.
Okay.
Most comfortable gaming pants. I don't wear pants. I'm just usually naked all the time.
I kind of like these long pants that have the elastic on the bottom.
Don't show me your fucking feet.
They're quite nice. I like my long sleeves as well. They're comfortable. Keep me warm. I'm a very cold person.
As you can see, I am a very hot person, so I just don't wear anything. Headset reviews. Now, this is a good one. Headset reviews. Like, I bought the A50s. I fucking hate them with a fucking passion.
So do I.
Absolutely hate them. They're the fucking, for the most expensive set of headphones I've ever bought, they're the fucking ass.
Do you constantly get the problem where they just don't like connecting to their dock?
Or they just disconnect.
Yeah. It's just cut out.
Yeah, you put them in the dock. Like they had the old A50s because I think they are like number 2, second generation things. And so they had the one where you slide it on top and then it'll charge on the top part, and that was great. But then they have the ones where they're in the dock and they don't fucking charge.
Yeah,
shit. So you always have to plug a fuckers in.
Fucking trash. I hate them. I hate them so much. I constantly
But
get it
it's
on,
five
and it's
hundred
like I'm
dollars.
like fucking messing around with settings to like hard reset it, and it's like,
Yeah, and then the button that you go
oh yeah,
game
it's
voice
game
thing and this
PC,
thing,
yeah,
and then it
and
doesn't
then
fucking
there's a
it doesn't
dial on the
work
bottom
because
here.
yeah, because it doesn't work because it's slowly it brings the voice thing, but you just want to have the game in the background, but then the voice needs to be a lot louder. It's just fucking trash.
Yeah.
So then I went and bought the PS5 ones,
Mm-hmm.
and other than the fact that the sponge
Oh yeah.
is like a rubber, so it
Oh,
sweats slightly.
it's like it'll
It's
do
like
this shit eventually.
yeah, it's no, well, it could do. It's like my other headphones. You know, they do.
Oh
They
yeah, they just start to
come up
fall
and they
apart and the sponge comes
yeah
out. Yeah.
yeah. It is that. And that's the only thing. But by all accounts, the PS5 will roll into the haptic feedback of the fucking guns and stuff. So it
Yeah.
should be doing 300. I doubt it'll actually work for Destiny. I don't know, but whether it'll work out if it is a Destiny 3.
Yeah, they'll have to do a an update, and that's kind of a problem that's coming along with Cyberpunk's update. We could talk about it after this, but yeah, it's like PS4 games don't have the haptic feedback stuff that PS5 game has. So Miles Morales does it because it was like on PS5 as well. So yeah, it's a technology that's slowly getting introduced and built in over time. But
Yeah,
it was like
it'll be
remember when PS4 launched and they were like, it's a motion controller and it's like if you shake it, it does the thing or whatever, and the light bar
yeah.
is going to be used for games, and it never was.
Because what what game you could use was it what fucking I can't remember what the game was. You could take powers and
Infamous
you
Second
could
Son.
infamous and you could do something on the front.
Yeah, so there was
You know,
like it was like the touchpad was an interaction thing, like you go to a door and you swipe it and you break a door open.
yeah,
Or there was like a mini game where you're spray painting a wall or something, and so you shake the
yeah,
controller and you spray it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
that sort of
that
thing.
was pretty fucking cool, and that was pretty cool. But whether it comes into Destiny, what we forgot to
Doubt it.
mention is Guardian Games,
Oh
20th of April.
God.
Is it going to be the same shit? It's supposed to be tied to strikes.
I was.
Are Titans going to win again because they're going to have the high advantage because there's less of them because every other person plays. There's so many hunters, so many warlocks, and Titans are the thing, and that's how they won last time. Is because of the fucking.
I really hope they really don't make that mistake again. It's stupid.
Yeah,
Stupid.
because the fucking hunters, the hunter flag was through the fucking roof, and they just had to extend the fucking flagpole.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And then
like
the warlocks.
yeah, the warlocks don't really have. I think the I'm hoping the population is kind of balancing out a bit more with the way we're updating stasis. Like people are kind of switching over to different classes to play,
Mm,
but that's mainly Crucible. So, as if it's tied to strikes, it'll probably be hunters again because hunters have a lot of utility in strikes.
yeah,
So, yeah, I just hope they don't do that stupid like balancing out. If you hand in a bounty for a Titan, it's like 10 points, but a hunter it's 1 point. That's
yeah,
fucked.
yeah, yeah. That like at the end of the day, that shouldn't really happen. It should
Mm.
be just on because you could get one Titan doing a fucking shit ton of strikes
Yeah,
or fucking very little hunters because they're fucking assholes. But
yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's not. Yeah, everyone's efforts should be the same no matter what class you're playing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's running from the 20th of April to the 7th, I think it is, of May. Because we're
yeah.
coming up to the end now. I think we've got roughly, 30 days?
We've got a month left to go, roughly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the closing ceremonies of Guardian Games is kind of the end of the season. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the last thing on the roadmap.
Yeah.
And that goes for 2 days, and then there'll be some sort of end of season event that we'll get. And around that time, we'll probably have the trailer for the next season.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's almost a month away before, yeah, about a month away before Guardian Games starts since this strike came out for everyone.
Hmm.
Like it's now available to everyone to play with, not just the season pass owners.
No,
Fuck that is
no,
a-
it's because what the issue was. So the new the new mission is only for guys that will have the Beyond Light expansion and the Season of the Chosen expansion. They made a mistake, so it's not free to play.
No,
So
no.
people are
Pre-sale,
complaining.
Visage is not, but the Proving Grounds strike is now available to everyone. Yeah.
No, it was. I thought I could have misread it. They were saying that it's not going to be free to everyone. It's only free. The Proving Ground Strike is only free to people who have got Beyond Light and Season of the Chosen. I could be completely wrong though. Don't hold me to that. I will confirm this later on, and
Yeah.
I'll talk about it tomorrow because it was a big fuss. Because what it said on the roadmap
Mm.
that this was going to be free, and then they brought something out saying, "Well, actually, we made a mistake. It isn't free." And
Mm.
people are kicking off about that, which
Yeah.
is because they say like one guy put up on Facebook for the Forsaken expansion is like $19 in
Yeah.
Sony World. Get it, guys! It's fantastic fucking expansion. It
Yeah,
is,
but the problem is like basically everything in that expansion except for the raid gear is sunsetted.
but it's just a fucking great game to play.
It's an
You get
awesome
to
it's an awesome story, and it's a
you get to
longer story, but
get to see Cade ride that thing down the fucking like the Prison of Elders. Just
everything
watch it for that.
everything good about it that is viable is available on YouTube. You know, like you can go
Get
and
it,
watch the
guys.
entire.
Don't,
I'm
don't listen to
I'm not trying
Grumpast
to. I'm
here.
not trying to deter people, but this is my
Don't take
problem.
money off Bungie, man. Don't take money off
This is my
Bungie.
problem with sunsetting. Is you sunsetted an entire expansion that you're still
Yeah,
charging people for. Two of them.
yeah, yeah. Well, they're going to be sunsetting Shadowkeep soon as well.
Shadowkeep sunsetted. It's gone. You can't use any
The
of the
who?
weapons in it.
The,
Yeah, the
no, but
lectern
no,
of
they brought.
the
They
lectern and
brought.
everything is unavailable. It's the season after Shadowkeep that it's available from.
All right. Oh, there we are. Then. All
Yeah,
right. Sucks to people who
that's
haven't
what I mean.
played Shadowkeep.
Yeah, all of it's
All
just
right.
fucking gone. Anyway.
All right. I'm gonna have a shower
Yes.
because I haven't had a shower and I've been out in the sun all day. And I'm gonna take a shit.
Hopefully in the
So
toilet. Don't waffle
no,
stop.
no, fuck that. Right, you. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry we couldn't do it live. I will try for. I should be good for next Wednesday. If not, we'll work something out. Cheers, guys. Stay safe. Fuck you all. I'm out.
Peace.